Stop waiting for permission from people who don't even believe in themselves. Their limited vision of you is based on their limitations, not yours. You don't need their approval to be great. You need your commitment. You need your faith. You need your work ethic. That's it. You know what's funny about other people's opinions? They change with the wind. The same person who tells you that you're wasting your time today will be the first one claiming they always believed in you when you make it. So why are you sitting around waiting for them to give you the green light? Why are you letting someone else's doubt become your reality? Here's what I've learned about people. Most folks are so consumed with their own fears that they project them onto you. When they tell you that your dream is too big, what they're really saying is that it's too big for them. When they say you're being unrealistic, what they mean is that they lack the courage to be unrealistic themselves. Their opinion of you is really just a reflection of how they see themselves. You've got to understand something fundamental right now. Belief is a personal choice. You can't force someone to see your vision. You can't make them understand where you're going. And honestly, you shouldn't waste your energy trying. The people who are meant to be in your corner will show up. The rest of them are just background noise. Think about every major achievement in human history. Somebody was told it was impossible. Somebody was laughed at. Somebody was rejected over and over again. But they had something that the doubters didn't have. They had a belief in themselves that was stronger than the disbelief of others. That's the difference between dreamers and doers. When you wake up in the morning, you've got to look yourself in the mirror and make a decision. Are you going to live based on what other people think is possible? Or are you going to live based on what you know is possible? Are you going to shrink yourself to fit their expectations? Or are you going to expand into your potential? The truth is, you already know what you're capable of. Deep down inside, you feel it. You know there's something greater waiting for you. So stop asking for validation from people who are comfortable being average. Your extraordinary life doesn't require their ordinary approval. It just requires your unwavering belief and your relentless action. Every person who ever told you no just gave you fuel. Every door that slammed in your face was redirecting you to your door. You think that failure broke you. Now it's building you. This is your setup for the comeback. This is your preparation for the promotion. This is your training for the triumph. Let me tell you something about setbacks. They're not stopping you. They're positioning you. That job you didn't get, you weren't supposed to work there. That relationship that ended, they weren't supposed to go where you're going. That business that failed, you needed to learn those lessons before you could handle the success that's coming. See, we live in a microwave society. Everybody wants instant results, but real success doesn't work like that. Real success is a slow cooker. It takes time. It takes heat. It takes pressure. And every setback you experience is adding flavor to your story. Every obstacle you overcome is making you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. I need you to change your perspective on failure right now. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Show me someone who's never failed, and I'll show you someone who's never tried anything worth doing. The most successful people you know have failed more times than ordinary people have even attempted anything. What if I told you that your biggest breakdown is setting you up for your biggest breakthrough? What if that thing that devastated you last year was actually protecting you from something worse and preparing you for something better? What if everything you've been through was necessary to develop the strength you're going to need for where you're headed? You've got to start looking at your life like a movie. Every great movie has conflict. Every hero faces obstacles. Every champion has to overcome adversity. Nobody pays money to watch a movie about someone who had it easy. Your struggles are not disqualifying you from success. They're writing the script for your testimony. Right now, somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody is going through exactly what you went through. And when you make it, when you overcome, when you prove everyone wrong, your setback becomes the setup for someone else's comeback. Your pain has purpose. Your struggle has meaning. And your story is going to inspire thousands. You're trying to explain your vision to people who can't see past Friday. Stop casting your pearls before swine. Your dream doesn't need to make sense to everybody. It just needs to make sense to you. That's it. That's all that matters. Their confusion about your path doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It means they're not equipped to walk it with you. Here's what you need to understand about vision. It's called vision because you can see it and others can't. If everyone could see what you see, it wouldn't be special. It wouldn't be yours. The fact that you're the only one who gets it is actually confirmation that you're onto something unique. Stop trying to convince people who are determined to misunderstand you. Stop exhausting yourself trying to prove your worth to people who have already made up their minds about you. You know how much energy you're wasting right now trying to get approval from people who don't matter. That's energy you could be using to build your dream. I'm going to tell you something that might hurt your feelings, but you need to hear it. Some people in your life right now don't want you to succeed. They're comfortable with the current version of you. Your growth threatens them. Your ambition makes them uncomfortable. Your progress highlights their stagnation. And no matter how much you explain, they're never going to support you. You've got to get comfortable being misunderstood. You've got to be okay with people thinking you're crazy. You've got to be all right with being the topic of conversation at dinner tables where you're not even present. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them question. While they're running their mouths, you're running toward your goals. Think about how much time you spend every week explaining yourself, defending your choices, justifying your dreams. Now imagine if you took all that time and energy and put it into actually executing your vision. You'd be unstoppable. You'd be so far ahead that their opinions wouldn't even reach you anymore. Small minds discuss people. Average minds discuss events. Great minds discuss ideas. You're operating on a different frequency than the people who keep questioning you. And that's perfectly fine. You don't need them to understand. You just need them to watch. Because when you win, your success will speak louder than any explanation ever could. Yeah, proving them wrong feels good, but here's the real truth. By the time you make it, you won't even be thinking about them anymore. Your success is about you and your purpose. They're just spectators in your story. They're extras in your movie. They don't get to be the reason you quit, and they don't get to be the reason you succeed either. Let me be honest with you. Right now, you might be motivated by spite. You might be driven by the desire to show everyone who doubted you. And you know what? That's okay for now. Use whatever fuel you've got to get the engine started. But understand this, revenge is temporary fuel. Purpose is permanent fuel. When you're grinding at 2 a.m, the thought of proving someone wrong might keep you going. When you're facing rejection after rejection, the memory of someone who said you'd never make it might give you strength. But eventually you're going to need something deeper. You're going to need a why that's bigger than their opinion. The beautiful thing about real success is that it transforms you. When you finally get where you're going, you're not going to be the same bitter, angry person who started the journey. You're going to be elevated. You're going to be evolved. And from that height, their doubt is going to look so small and insignificant that you'll actually feel sorry for them. Here's what happens when you make it. The people who once doubted you may now want to reconnect. They suddenly remember they always knew you'd be successful. And in that moment, you have a choice. You can be petty or you can be powerful. You can seek revenge or you can extend grace. And trust me, grace from a position of success is the ultimate flex. Your success should be built on something more substantial than proving people wrong. It should be built on proving yourself right. It should be built on fulfilling your purpose. It should be built on creating the life you deserve and blessing the people you love. Those haters and doubters, they're just background characters in your story. Use their doubt as initial motivation if you need to, but don't let it become your only motivation. Because a life lived in reaction to other people's opinions is still a life controlled by other people. You didn't come this far to let them live rent-free in your head. You came this far to be free. So build your success on purpose, not on spite. Build it on vision, not on vindication. Everybody who made it look crazy first. You think people weren't laughing at somebody pursuing their wild dream. You got to be willing to be misunderstood on Monday to be celebrated on Sunday. You got to be willing to look foolish in the beginning to look phenomenal in the end. There's no way around this. Success requires you to be comfortable with temporary embarrassment. Let me paint you a picture. Somebody started a company in their garage while their family asked when they were going to get a real job. Somebody quit their steady paycheck to chase a dream while their friends called them irresponsible. Somebody practiced their craft in front of empty rooms while people laughed at their ambition. And now those people are living their dreams while the daughters are still sitting on the sidelines. Your ego is going to be your biggest enemy on this journey. Your need to look good right now is going to conflict with your need to be great later. And you're going to have to choose. Do you want to protect your image? Or do you want to pursue your destiny? Because you can't do both. Growth is awkward. Learning is messy. Progress is uncomfortable. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times. They wobble. They stumble. They fail over and over again. But they don't quit because they're not worried about looking stupid. They're focused on the goal. That's the mentality you need. Stop worrying about who's watching you fall. Start focusing on the fact that you're learning to walk toward your dreams. The fear of looking foolish keeps more people trapped in mediocrity than anything else. They won't start that business because what if it fails and people laugh? They won't pursue that opportunity because what if they're not good enough and everyone sees? They won't take that risk because what if it doesn't work out and they look stupid? So they stay stuck, looking acceptable, living unfulfilled. Here's a guarantee. If you're doing something worth doing, somebody is going to think you look stupid doing it. Somebody is going to question you. Somebody is going to doubt you. And that's your confirmation that you're on the right path. Because if everyone understood what you were doing, it probably wouldn't be innovative. It probably wouldn't be groundbreaking. It probably wouldn't be a unique calling. So embrace the awkward phase. Embrace the learning curve. Embrace the part of the journey where you don't have it all figured out. Because on the other side of that discomfort is the breakthrough you've been praying for. The people who win are not the people who never look foolish. They're the people who look foolish and kept going anyway. You can pray all day, but if you don't put your work boots on, you're just hoping. God didn't give you that dream for you to sit on the couch. Get up, move, work as it depends on you, pray as it depends on God. That's the formula. Faith plus action equals results. Faith without action is just wishful thinking. Let me be clear about something. I believe in prayer. I believe in faith. I believe in the power of belief. But I also believe that heaven helps those who help themselves. You can't pray for a harvest if you never planted any seeds. You can't ask for a promotion if you're not doing excellent work. You can't expect a miracle if you're not willing to put in the work. Too many people are waiting on a blessing while sitting in their blessing blocking behavior. They want success, but they won't study. They want wealth, but they won't work. They want change, but they won't change. And then they wonder why their prayers aren't being answered. Your prayers are being answered. The answer is get up and do something. Faith is not passive. Real faith is active. Real faith says, I believe God is going to open a door, so I'm going to get myself ready to walk through it. Real faith says, I trust that my breakthrough is coming, so I'm going to work like it's already here. Real faith prepares. Real faith perseveres. Real faith produces. You know what I think? I think God is waiting on you just like you're waiting on God. You're asking for opportunities, while God is asking, are you ready for what you're asking for? You're praying for more while God is saying, show me you can handle what I already gave you. You want the next level. but you haven't maximized this level. Here's the thing about work. Work is worship. When you give your absolute best effort, when you refuse to quit, when you push through when it's hard, that's an act of faith. That's you saying, I believe my effort matters. I believe my work has purpose. I believe something greater is at work in my life. Your hustle is holy when it's connected to purpose. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect before you start. Stop waiting for a sign. Stop waiting for permission. The sign is your desire. The permission is your breath in your lungs. The perfect time is now. Match your prayers with your productivity. Match your faith with your follow-through, and watch what happens when heaven and hustle collide. I don't care where you came from. I don't care what your mama did, what your daddy didn't do, or what neighborhood you grew up in. Where you start is not where you have to finish. Write a new chapter. Your past is not your prison unless you choose to stay there. Your history is not your destiny unless you let it be. Let me tell you about the power of a decision. One decision can change your entire life. One choice can set you on a completely different trajectory. You might have made 1,000 bad decisions in your past, but one good decision today can start the process of redemption. One commitment to change can begin your transformation. Yes, you've been through things. Yes, you've made mistakes. Yes, you've got scars and baggage and a complicated story. So what? Everybody's got a past. Everybody's got regrets. The question is not where have you been? The question is where are you going? And more importantly, what are you doing today to get there? Your past can be a prison or a classroom. You choose. You can sit there replaying all your failures and mistakes, or you can extract the lessons and move forward. Every wrong turn taught you something. Every painful experience developed you. Every hardship prepared you. Now use that education to build something beautiful. Stop using your past as an excuse. Stop letting where you came from determine where you're going. I don't care if you grew up poor. I don't care if you didn't have advantages. I don't care if you started late. Right now, in this moment, you have the power to choose a different path. You can write a different ending. The most powerful words you can say are from this day forward. From this day forward, I'm different. From this day forward, I'm committed. From this day forward, I'm not letting my past define my future. That's when everything changes. That's when the old you dies and the new you is born. That's when your comeback story begins. You know what's beautiful about life? Every day is a new page. Every morning is a fresh start. You don't have to be who you were yesterday. You don't have to repeat the patterns of your family. You don't have to stay stuck in the story you've been telling yourself. Today, right now, you can decide to be someone new. And that decision, that commitment, that choice is the beginning of everything. You're so worried about what might go wrong that you never find out what could go right. Stop being afraid of failure. Be terrified of regret. Be scared of looking back at 75 years old, saying, I wish I had. That's the real tragedy. Not trying and failing, but never trying at all. Doubt is a thief. It robs you of opportunities before you even get started. It convinces you that you're not ready, not qualified, not good enough. And while you're listening to doubt, time is passing. While you're overthinking, someone else is taking action. While you're worried about whether you can, someone else is proving that they can. Here's what doubt does. It shows you every possible negative outcome. It magnifies every obstacle. It reminds you of every past failure. It tells you all the reasons why you shouldn't even try. And if you listen to it long enough, you'll talk yourself out of every opportunity that comes your way. But let me ask you something. What if you succeed? What if it works out better than you imagined? What if that thing you're afraid to try becomes the best decision you ever made? Doubt never asks those questions. Doubt only shows you the downside. Faith shows you the upside, and you get to choose which voice you listen to. Failure is not fatal. Let me say that again. Failure is not fatal. You can fail and try again. You can make a mistake and recover. You can fall and get back up. But doubt will convince you not to try at all. And that's a failure you can't recover from. because you never even gave yourself a chance. The graveyard is the richest place on earth. You know why? Because it's filled with dreams that were never pursued, books that were never written, businesses that were never started, inventions that were never created, all because doubt won, all because fear was louder than faith, all because people chose comfort over courage. Don't let doubt write your story. Don't let fear determine your future. Don't let worry steal your one precious life. You're going to die one day. That's not negative. That's just the truth. And when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to regret the things you tried and failed at. You're going to regret the things you never tried at all. So stop letting doubt be the loudest voice in your head. Start listening to the voice that says you can, you will, you must. Maybe they're smarter. Maybe they had better connections. Maybe they started with more money. So what? You can outwork anybody. While they're sleeping, you're grinding. While they're partying, you're preparing. While they're making excuses, you're making progress. Period. That's the equalizer. That's the advantage that's available to everyone. Talent is great, but talent without a work ethic is wasted potential. You know how many talented people are broke right now? You know how many gifted people never made it? Talent gets you noticed. Hard work gets you respected. Consistent hard work gets you successful. That's the formula. Here's the beautiful thing about hard work. It's the one thing that's completely within your control. You can't control how smart you are. You can't control who your parents are. You can't control what advantages other people have. But you can control your effort. You can control your commitment. You can control how many hours you put in. When you outwork everyone else, you develop something that talent can't give you. You develop character. You develop resilience. You develop mental toughness. And when the pressure comes, when things get hard, it's not the most talented person who wins. It's the person who's built the mental strength to push through. It's the person who's been conditioning themselves through hard work. Stop comparing yourself to people who had advantages you didn't have. Stop using other people's head start as your excuse to quit. Run your own race. Put in your work. And let your results speak for themselves. Because when you win through hard work, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can say you got lucky. Nobody can diminish what you built with your own two hands. You want to know the secret of successful people? They work when they don't feel like it. They push when they want to quit. They stay disciplined when everyone else is being lazy. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it's effective. And years from now, when you're living the life others dream about, your work ethic is going to be the reason why. There's no substitute for hard work. None. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're lazy, someone with less talent and more work ethic is going to pass you. That's not a maybe, that's a guarantee. So stop relying on your natural abilities. Start developing your work ethic. Start showing up every single day. Start doing the things that average people aren't willing to do. That's how you become exceptional. You cannot hang around broke, negative, dream-killing people and expect to be successful. You got to cut some people off. If they're not adding to your life, they're subtracting from it. Choose your circle wisely. Your association determines your destination. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's not harsh, that's just reality. Energy is everything. You can have the best plan, the strongest faith, and the biggest dreams, but if you're surrounded by people who drain you, discourage you, and doubt you, you're going to struggle. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. You can only fight against negative energy for so long before it starts to affect you. Let me tell you something about people. Some folks are only happy when you're at their level. The moment you try to grow, the moment you try to improve, they become uncomfortable. They start making jokes about your ambition. They start questioning your decisions. They start reminding you of your past. And if you're not careful, you'll shrink back down to make them comfortable. You've got to understand that not everyone can go where you're going. Some people are seasonal. They were meant to be in your life for a chapter, not the whole book. And when their season is over, You've got to have the courage to let them go. Holding on to people who are supposed to exit your life will delay your destiny. This is going to hurt, but you need to hear it. Some of your friends are anchors, not engines. They're not helping you move forward. They're holding you in place, and you keep them around because of history, because of loyalty, because you feel bad. But meanwhile, they're killing your dreams with their negativity. Meanwhile, they're poisoning your potential with their pessimism. Protect your peace. Protect your vision. Protect your energy. You only have so much to give, so stop giving it to people who don't appreciate it, don't reciprocate it, and don't deserve it. Start investing your time and energy into people who inspire you, challenge you, and support you. Start building a circle that makes you better just by being in it. Your circle should be small and powerful. Quality over quantity. You don't need 100 friends. You need a few solid people who believe in you, who push you, who celebrate your wins, and support you through your losses. Find those people, build with those people, and distance yourself from everyone else. Your success depends on it. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop looking for the easy way. Every successful person you admire put in years that you didn't see. They failed in private before they won in public. They climbed stairs that nobody was watching them climb. Embrace the climb. Embrace the process. Embrace the journey. Because there is no fast track to lasting success. We live in an instant gratification world. Everybody wants results yesterday. Everybody wants to skip the hard parts and go straight to the reward. But that's not how it works. You can't microwave success. You can't skip steps and expect the foundation to hold. You've got to put in the time. You've got to pay your dues. You've got to earn it. Here's what happens when you try to skip steps. You get to a level you're not prepared for. You get opportunities you're not equipped to handle. And then everything falls apart because you didn't build the foundation. The process is not just about getting you to the destination. The process is about preparing you for the destination. Every stair you climb is developing you. Every challenge is strengthening you. Every setback is teaching you. Every delay is protecting you. The stairs are not a punishment. The stairs are preparation. And the person you become while climbing the stairs is more important than reaching the top. Stop being frustrated with where you are. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Stop wanting to skip ahead. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. This step, this stage, this season is necessary. Learn what you're supposed to learn here. Develop what you're supposed to develop here. And when it's time to move to the next level, you'll be ready. You know what's beautiful about taking the stairs? You appreciate the view when you get to the top. When you earn it, when you work for it, when you sacrifice for it, the victory is so much sweeter. The people who take elevators, who get handed things, who skip the process, they don't value it the same way. They didn't pay the price, so they don't appreciate the prize. Be patient with yourself. Be committed to the process. Trust that every step matters. Trust that nothing is wasted. Trust that the stairs are making you stronger, wiser, and better. And one day, when you're standing at the top, you're going to look back at those stairs with gratitude because they didn't just get you to success. They made you into someone who deserves success. Everything you went through, that pain, that struggle, that embarrassment, that's not your curse, that's your curriculum. You're going to use that story to inspire thousands. Your test becomes your testimony. Your pain becomes your platform. Your scars become your story. And what the enemy meant for evil, God is going to use for good. Stop being ashamed of what you've been through. Stop hiding your struggles. Stop pretending you've always had it together. Your authenticity is your authority. The things you overcame are the things that qualify you to help others overcome. Your mess is not disqualifying you. It's credentialing you. Right now, you might be in the middle of your mess. You might be going through the hardest season of your life. And you're wondering why this is happening to me. Let me tell you why. Because someone needs to know that they can survive what you're surviving. Someone needs to see that they can overcome what you're overcoming. Your struggle is not just about you. It's about who you're going to help later. Every great teacher had to be a student first. Every great leader had to be a follower first. Every great overcomer had to face something to overcome. You can't have a testimony without a test. You can't have a message without a mess. So stop resisting the process. Start understanding that this is all part of your preparation. Your story is powerful, not the edited version, not the highlight reel, the real story, the one with the failures and the setbacks and the moments you wanted to quit. That's the story that's going to change lives. That's the story that's going to give people hope. That's the story that's going to prove if you can make it, they can make it too. Don't waste your pain. Use it. Don't hide your struggle. Share it. Don't be embarrassed by your journey. Embrace it. Because on the other side of this, there's a platform waiting for you. There's a purpose waiting for you. People are waiting for you to make it so they can believe they can make it too. You are not going through this for nothing. You are not struggling in vain. You are not suffering without purpose. Every tear waters the seed of your future. Every hardship is writing the chapters of your book. Every obstacle is giving you the content for your message. Your mess is your message. Own it. Share it. Use it to change the world. You wake up every single day and choose what you're going to be. You choose to hit that snooze button or get up and grind. You choose to make excuses or make moves. You choose to settle or push for more. What are you choosing today? Because your choices are creating your life. Your decisions are determining your destination. Mediocrity is comfortable. Mediocrity is safe. Mediocrity doesn't require much from you. That's why most people choose it. They'd rather fit in than stand out. They'd rather be comfortable than be challenged. They'd rather be average than put in the work to be exceptional. And that's their choice. But it doesn't have to be yours. Greatness is uncomfortable. Greatness requires sacrifice. Greatness demands discipline. That's why so few people choose it. Because greatness costs something. It costs your time. It costs your comfort. It costs your ego. It costs relationships with people who want you to stay small. Are you willing to pay that price? Here's the thing about choosing mediocrity. It seems easier in the moment, but it's harder in the long run. Living an unfulfilled life, watching other people achieve what you dreamed about, settling for less than you're capable of, that's a hard way to live. That's a painful existence. That regret will eat you alive. But when you choose greatness, it's hard in the moment, but rewarding in the long run. The early mornings are hard. The discipline is hard. The sacrifice is hard. But the feeling of becoming who you were meant to be, the satisfaction of maximizing your potential, the pride of knowing you gave it everything you had, that makes it all worth it. Every morning when that alarm goes off, you're making a choice. Every time you're faced with doing what's easy versus doing what's right, you're making a choice. Every time you decide whether to push through or give up, you're making a choice. And all of those little choices are adding up to create the big picture of your life. So stop acting like you're a victim of circumstances. Stop pretending like you don't have control. You have more power than you realize. You have more choices than you're exercising. And if you don't like where you are, choose differently. Choose better. Choose bigger. Choose greatness. It's available to you. You just have to be willing to pay the price for it. Let me ask you something. Is there opinion feeding your family? Is there doubt paying your mortgage? No. So why are you giving it so much power? Why are you making decisions based on what other people think? Why are you living your one precious life for an audience that doesn't even matter? You've got to get to a place where other people's opinions become irrelevant. Not because you're arrogant, but because you're focused. You're so locked in on your vision, so committed to your purpose, that you don't have time to worry about what people are saying. You're too busy building to care about their commentary. Here's what I know about people. They're going to talk regardless. If you're successful, they'll talk. If you fail, they'll talk. If you try something new, they'll talk. If you play it safe, they'll talk. You literally cannot control what people say about you. So why are you trying? Why are you exhausting yourself trying to manage everyone's perception? The same people whose opinions you're worried about are not worried about you. They're not losing sleep over your success. They're not praying for your breakthrough. They're not investing in your dreams. So why are you giving them a vote in your decisions? Why are you letting spectators coach your game? You know what's interesting? The people who have the most opinions are usually doing the least. The people who criticize the most are creating the least. The people who doubt you the loudest are usually scared to try anything themselves. So consider the source. Consider who's speaking. And decide whether their opinion even deserves your attention. Live your life for you. Make decisions based on your values, your vision, and your goals. Not based on what people will think. Not based on what looks good on social media. Not based on what will impress people who don't even like you anyway. Live authentically. Live purposefully. Live unapologetically. At the end of your life, you're not going to care what they thought. You're going to care what you did. You're going to care whether you pursued your dreams or abandoned them for approval. You're going to care whether you lived fully or held back to please others. So start living like that now. Start making choices that your future self will thank you for. And let the opinions fall where they may. Right before the breakthroughs when it gets hardest. Right before you win is when the pressure is greatest. Right before the door opens is when you want to walk away. You might be one day, one decision, one phone call away from everything changing. Don't you dare give up now. Don't you dare quit when you're this close. I need you to understand something about the journey. The darkest hour is just before dawn. When it feels like nothing is working, that's usually when everything is about to work. When you feel like giving up, that's when you need to push harder. Because you're not behind, you're not late. You're right on time. And your breakthrough is closer than you think. Every successful person has a story about almost quitting right before they made it. Almost walking away right before the door opened. Almost giving up right before the breakthrough came. And they'll tell you that their success came down to one thing. They didn't quit. They stayed in the game one more day. They tried one more time. They pushed a little bit longer. What if you're closer than you think? What if all those years of work are about to pay off? What if all that sacrifice is about to make sense? What if everything you've been praying for is right around the corner? Would you quit now? Would you walk away now? Or would you find the strength to keep going? I know you're tired. I know you're frustrated. I know you've been at this for a long time and you haven't seen the results you want yet. But that doesn't mean it's not working. That doesn't mean it's not happening. That doesn't mean your time isn't coming. It just means you're still in the process. And the process is perfecting you for the promise. You've come too far to quit. You've invested too much to walk away. You've survived too much to give up now. Think about everything you've already overcome. Think about all the obstacles you've already pushed through. Think about how strong you've already proven yourself to be. That same strength is going to get you through this final stretch. Look at me. Look at me right now. You were built for this. Every struggle, every sleepless night, every person who didn't believe in you, it was all preparation for where you're about to go. Stop living down to other people's expectations and start living up to your potential. You've got a choice today. You can believe what they said about you, or you can go out there and prove everyone wrong.